A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic escalation of tensions between state and federal authorities, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced on Monday that the state will sue President Donald Trump over his recent decision to deploy the National Guard in response to violent protests in Los Angeles. The governor accused Trump of flaming the fires of unrest and acting illegally by federalizing the National Guard without consulting state officials. Newsom's comments come in the wake of a weekend marked by protests against law enforcement actions targeting individuals in the U.S. illegally, which turned violent, leading to attacks on law enforcement and the shutdown of major roadways in Los Angeles. The controversy began when Trump ordered at least 2,000 National Guardsmen to Los Angeles, citing the need to protect federal property and restore order amid the chaos. However, Newsom vehemently opposed this move, claiming it sets a dangerous precedent that could allow Trump to deploy military forces in any state without the consent of local governors. This is exactly what Trump wanted. He flamed the fires and illegally acted to federalize the National Guard, Newsom stated in a post on social media platform X. He included a video clip of his interview with political commentator Brian Tyler Cohen, where he described Trump as unhinged and accused him of exacerbating the situation. The governor's remarks highlight a growing rift between California and the Trump administration, particularly over immigration enforcement policies. Newsom argued that Trump's actions are not just a local issue but a national threat, warning that they could lead to similar interventions in other states. It will allow him to go into any state and do the same thing, Newsom asserted, emphasizing the potential for federal overreach. In response to Newsom's lawsuit threat, White House spokesperson Abigail Jackson criticized the governor for what she termed feckless leadership that contributed to the unrest in Los Angeles. Jackson accused Newsom of using the legal system for political gain rather than focusing on restoring law and order in his state. Instead of filing baseless lawsuits meant to score political points with his left-wing base, Newsom should focus on protecting Americans, she stated. The situation in Los Angeles escalated over the weekend as protests against immigration and customs enforcement (IC) operations turned violent. Videos circulating on social media showed protesters attacking IC vehicles and police cars, leading to a significant law enforcement response. Newsom condemned Trump's deployment of the National Guard as an immoral act and called for a return to local control over law enforcement matters. During an interview on MSNBC, Newsom reiterated his stance, stating, "He's putting fuel on this fire. Ever since he announced he was taking over the National Guard, an illegal act, an immoral act, an unconstitutional act." He expressed concern that Trump's actions could lead to further unrest and undermine the safety of communities across the nation. The legal battle over the National Guard deployment is expected to draw significant attention, as it raises questions about the balance of power between state and federal governments. Newsom's lawsuit is likely to challenge the legality of Trump's actions under both state and federal law, arguing that the president overstepped his authority by unilaterally deploying military forces without the consent of state leaders. As the situation develops, other Democratic governors have rallied around Newsom, expressing their support for his opposition to Trump's use of the National Guard. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly, chair of the Democratic Governors Association, along with 21 other governors, condemned Trump's actions as an alarming abuse of power and called for respect for the authority of state governors. This clash between Newsom and Trump is not just a legal battle but a reflection of the broader political divide in the country. Newsom, who is rumored to be considering a presidential run in 2028, has positioned himself as a leading voice against Trump's policies, particularly on immigration and law enforcement. His confrontational approach has resonated with many in California and beyond, as he seeks to challenge the narrative surrounding the Trump administration's handling of domestic issues. As both sides prepare for a potential legal showdown, the outcome of this dispute could have far-reaching implications for the future of state-federal relations and the ongoing debate over immigration enforcement in the United States. With tensions running high and protests continuing, all eyes will be on California as it takes a stand against what it perceives as federal overreach and an attack on state sovereignty. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.